Manchester City 2, Sheffield United 0. Let's just take a look then. Manchester City, of course, have not been in their best form so far this season, yet they sit third in the table, 2 points adrift of Liverpool, were in action on New Year's Day, and Aston Villa moved up to second with that win against Burnley. But for City, they broke a record, didn't they? Most passes ever in a Premier League game, over 900.
Not a big surprise.
This was like a training game.
This did not say spectacle on it. Don't turn up to be an end-to-end game. And I suppose the other thing was Kevin De Bruyne back on the bench again and available and looking for some game time. And yeah, they are, in the second half of the season, going to put their hands up and say, beat us. Yeah. And it's going to be up to the rest. And we've already seen Arsenal have a little splutter against West Ham a couple of days ago. We've got Liverpool to come on Monday against Newcastle, who, what the hell are we going to get from them? So yeah, they were never going to go away, put it that way.
No, and you look at, as you mentioned, obviously Newcastle, then Burnley, Brentford, Everton, Chelsea, Bournemouth, United. That's a pretty nice run in it, Steve.
Yeah, you'd have to say. I mean, to try and figure out who's going to beat them is actually going to be pretty difficult. So yeah, I mean, I just think that both Liverpool and Arsenal dropping points recently, they couldn't afford to do that.
Yeah.
And they did. And they look as though, to me, that they'll drop points in the future, which is bad news because City get De Bruyne and Haaland back pretty soon, then they're going to be on a run.
Should we say nice things about Phil Foden, Don?
Manager with a plan. And Phil Foden was amazing. People said a few months ago he couldn't play as a number 10. Well, he's excelling in it. And I know there's stiff competition when you talk about England, but I'd be surprised if this guy doesn't have 100 caps. He's that good. It's the small things. It's the things that pros see and coaches see, the way he allows the ball to come across onto his back foot. It's the body movement. It's the ability to dribble, the pace. I said in commentary today, the assist was world class because many youngsters and anyone watching, when you're trying to put a ball across a 6-yard box, you'd put it too hard. You'd flash it across. You think, I've got to smash it across because there's that little corridor where the back line and the goalkeeper, so I must hit it hard. He just put it in there with a perfect weight. And he said to Alvarez, you can't miss there from half a yard. I think the last couple of months, especially since De Bruyne has been away, he's been unbelievable. He's been that good.
Do you want to divvy up the percentages then, Don, for the Premier League title race?
I thought it was coming, Dan.
Yep, OK.
Well, I thought it was coming, so I'm going to keep it pretty simple.
OK.
It's a 3-horse race.
Yes.
33 and a third. Arsenal, City, Liverpool.
Oh, Don, come on.
So come on, Don, somebody's got their big nose ahead.
Come on.
What do you mean, come on? I don't think Villa are in the race.
Yeah, I know, but you've just done that just to be safe, just because you don't want to make a fool of yourself with your maths issues. You can't...
I'm not going to start going 47s and 34s and this, that and the other.
I don't want to throw a spanner in, but 33 and a third doesn't add up to 100. Not quite.
So who is it, Don, for you?
Well, that wins it?
Yeah.
I think City.
Yeah.
I think they're that good. And I think they'll make moves in January. They've been linked with Paulinho at Fulham. They've been linked with Lucas Paquetá at West Ham. I think they'll make moves. I think they'll allow probably Calvin Phillips to go to Newcastle. I think Juve have said no, but I think Newcastle might take them on loan, and I think they'll buy, or they'll get a quality player in. And as the boys have said, De Bruyne is coming back, and Haaland.
Who's going to be their biggest competition, Stevie? I feel like I ask you this every time, but you've been away.
Yeah, it gets harder every week to try and figure it out.
West Ham was a big shock, wasn't it, against Arsenal?
Yeah, but I don't know. I can see Liverpool and Arsenal dropping points.
Right.
Let's just say both. Aye. Well, I mean,
it changes for Liverpool and Arsenal. It does feel as though it changes every couple of weeks.
Right.
So it's very difficult, Dan. Honestly, I'll go with him.
Oh dear.
Well, I mean,
why have you gone so depressed?
Do you know the other thing?
Why have you gone so sad?
Just because I mean, it would be great for somebody else to step up and not have City win it for the 4th year in a row.
Right.
But the truth is that, as I said, I can see Liverpool and Arsenal dropping points before Man City do.
Do you know what the really kind of annoying thing over Christmas and New Year has been this? And I know we weren't in the other day when the Arsenal game was on, and that ball did it cross the line. It was inconclusive.
Right.
Is this narrative that seems to have And what's worrying is, I think, slightly concerning, this narrative of conspiracies against sides.
God.
No, but it's popped up. It's popping up with more prominent people now.
Right.
And it's not just the Joe moron on Twitter. It's people that should know better, and it really is.
A lot of nonsense.
It's absolute. What this boils down to, and I'm not talking about the Arsenal game, is we've had some really bad decisions. You look at Wolves and all these other sides. I mean, this is not going to be decided, this title, by some conspiracy against Liverpool, against Arsenal, against Man United or somebody else. And quite frankly, it's worrying some of the, we'll call them journos, but, bloggers, whatever it is, raising their head and pushing this thing, because you know what it does? It just absolutely feeds the frenzy that is out there. But trust me, this is going to come down to, there'll be bad decisions in the second half of the season, because there's been plenty in the first, but there's not a conspiracy against either side, for God's sake.